This is what we have studied, that how the grain deformation takes place. Then we will go to the next point. Already you have studied these rolling types. This is the 2 high rolling mill, 3 high rolling mill, 4 high rolling mill. Then this is cluster rolling, continuous rolling, planetary rolling. Is it right? So this particular theoretical of this all the rollings you have studied. So here our aim is not to go to theoretical once again. We will go for some numerical points. Okay. So what is that rolling? So rolling nomenclature. So if you look at this particular rolling nomenclature, the rolling are done with 2 rollers. Is it right? So this particular process is done with 2 rollers. This is, we can call it as the roller 1. I can say here R1, and this may be R2. The first condition is that the diameter of both the rollers is same. It is not like that the diameter of rollers may be different. Okay. Then the radius of that roller is indicated by R. As both the rollers are same, so we are just indicated the radius by R. Then whatever the billet, whatever the material we are inserting, so this is, we can call it as a VI, that is the incoming material, and this is the outgoing material. Okay, so incoming material, whatever the speed is there, that is indicated by VI, velocity of incoming material, and the material which is going out, so that is called VF, velocity of finished part. Okay, or VI, initial velocity, or final velocity, we can call it. Because in animation you might be found that the velocity of the material is a little bit small one. Is it right? Velocity of the material is little bit small one. Once again we will go to that animation and we will found that, we will look at to that how it look like. So here if you look at the material incoming is little bit slow, but as it come out from the particular rollers, the velocity might little bit increase. Is it right? So this particular here, this is the incoming velocity, this is the outgoing velocity. The rollers are of same diameter, so that R is there. Okay, so here again if you look at, so this is the incoming velocity, and when the material come out after squeezing, come out from the roller, this is the outgoing velocity. So this is the outside velocity, this is the incoming velocity. Okay, so that is we are going to find here. Then the next one is here, that is important part is that the theta. What is the theta? So theta is called as angle of contact. Means the material billet is coming into the rollers, it touches to the roller here and it leaves the roller here. Okay, so here lower side you can find it leaves the roller here. So it means, so for this particular angle there is a contact between billet and roller. There is a contact between billet and roller, so this is called as angle of contact. Then all of you are knowing that because of this rolling the thickness is get reduced. So Ti is the initial thickness and Tf is the final thickness. Okay, so Ti is initial thickness, Tf is the final thickness, Ui initial velocity, Uf final velocity. This is the angle of contact, or we can call it as a contact angle theta. And X, one of the important part that we can call as the reduction in thickness. Okay, so from this to this, so this much reduction takes place. So Ti and Tf. Why the Tf is reduced? Because x 2x deformation takes place. 1x for one roller and another one for this side. Okay, second x for this side. If I write here and if I mark here as x, so this is the 2x reduction will take place. So to identify that this particular x is there, that is reduction. Okay, so this is the nomenclature of the rolling process, actually mathematical way. Okay, here one more part is there, that is called sticking. Hot rolling is often characterized by a condition called sticking, when hot workpiece surface adheres to the roller. So what is happening in hot rolling? So what happening in this particular rolling? So material, as it is hot material, it is going to stick to the roller. So if material will stick to the roller, what happens? It will not move forward. So to avoid that sticking, we have to use the non-sticky spray between this metal and roller surface. Otherwise, what is happening? As this billet is heated one, red hot condition, if it is stick to the roller, the welding maybe takes place here at roller surface and the billet surface, and because of that, rolling process may not be possible. Okay, so that sticking is really, we can call it as it is reduced by the non-sticky agent. So this particular sticking is one of the important phenomenon in hot rolling. This is the nomenclature of the particular this rolling. Then based on this rolling parameters, so what will be the parameters are there? First is definitely friction force. What do you mean by friction force? The roll pull the material into the gap through net frictional force, which results into two component of friction on rolls. So what happens? Rollers are in rotary condition. When you insert the material, that rollers will stick to that material for few seconds and they will pull the material inside it. A simple example of this particular thing is, you all might be knowing that sugarcane juice. How that sugarcane juice is taken out? Sugarcane is taken and it is pressed into that rollers. So initially we required to press it, but once it is entered, the rollers will pull that sugarcane and squeeze the sugarcane and juice will be come out. Same way here, initial only we have to push the material into the roller. Once small amount of material or small length of material is entered into the roller, that rollers automatically pull that material into the rollers and further process is happening. That further process is reduction in thickness or increase in the length, whatever maybe we can call it as. But here, whatever this particular process is there of pulling the material inside the roller, so two phenomena takes place. That first one is roll separating force along the common normal. So what happens? As if you look at the previous example, what is I am giving, that sugarcane juice, in that when sugarcane is entered into the rollers, because of that roller weight and because of sugarcane is lighter, or we can call it softer than the roller, the sugarcane is get crushed. Is it right? The sugarcane is get crushed and juice is come out. But here your rollers are of metallic one. Whatever you are inserting inside it, it is also metallic one. So that metal will force the roller. Okay, why that particular metal will force the roller? Because roller is applying the pressure on downward side. Is it right? So if I draw this particular figure here, so this is the roller, one roller. This is the another roller. That exact circle is not there, but you can understand. This is the material inside it. But when it will go and squeeze it like this, so what happens? So that will be, this particular material will be, this particular material will be this material will be moving inside one. Okay, so this particular material will be inside one, and because of that, what happens? Because of that, when this material will be like this, so it will be reduced. So because of this material thickness, we can call it as, or the material force, these rollers are applying pressure to downward side, this upper roller, this roller may be apply pressure to this side, but at the same time material will apply the pressure to upward side, that is opposite to the roller. And if the material pressure is higher, suppose this pressure becomes higher, what happens? If this pressure becomes higher, then if this upward pressure becomes higher or this downward pressure becomes higher, what happens? The rollers will not remain at its own position, they will move out, and the whatever the squeezing operation will be there, it will not be performed. Is it right? So here first is called as roll separating force. What is that roll separating? So this is the roll separating force. For given reduction area, the roll separating force increase linearly with roller radius. So what it means? As roller radius goes on increasing, the roll separating force goes on increasing. And second one is tangential force from the torque required to rotate the roll. At the same time, this particular roller is rotating. Okay, so this is the tangent force like this. So this particular force is required to rotate the roll because of this roller is in contact with this metal. So when that metal is in contact with the roller has to rotate, and at the same time the particular metal should move, push to forward direction. Is it right? So these two types of force are generated during this particular rolling operation. Then another one is the particular, we can call it as the draft. What is the draft? The maximum possible draft, that is delta, is defined as the difference of initial and final size of the ingot, or we can call it as the thickness of the ingot. So here in previously you might be knowing that here, so this is the initial thickness, this is the final thickness. Initial thickness is larger one, final thickness is smaller one. So we have to just reduce the final thickness from initial thickness, then you will get the delta value, how much it is reduced. That is called draft. The next one is absolute elongation. So what is the absolute elongation? As already we have studied, we have discussed that when thickness is reduced, length is increased. So how much length is increased? So that is measured by absolute elongation. What is meant by absolute elongation? Absolute elongation, that is delta L, is defined as the difference of the final length to the initial length of the ingot. Why? Because final length LF is larger than the initial length Li. But in previous case, final initial thickness Ti is the more or maximum as compared to the final thickness TF. But here final length is more than the initial length. So that particular point we have to consider. Second one is lateral spread. What is meant by lateral spread? Lateral spread is nothing but when the thickness is reduced, at the same time length is increased. But not only length is increased, but some amount of width is also increased. Some amount of width is also increased. So how much width is increased? Is it right? So that is also called as transverse elongation or lateral spread. So The reduction in thickness is accomplished with an elongation in both longitudinal and transverse direction. Longitudinal elongation is nothing but length increment, but transverse direction length increment is nothing but lateral spread. That is, width is little bit increased. The transverse elongation is called lateral spread, that is delta W, where VI and VF are the initial and final widths respectively. So they obviously final width is more than the initial width. So delta W is equal to WF minus WI. These are the initial formulas of the rolling. If you are having any doubt, please ask me. Please reply me fast. If any doubt is there, please reply me fast. Do you understand these mathematical formulas? Please reply. Reply fast.
Sir, sorry, but when is lecture started?
At 12:30.
But link is means just sent it by Amit Shinde, sir.
No, I have sent the link at 11:30 only.
Your previous link, sir, first.
First link, there is a problem of Zoom, so that's why it is started late. Morning lecture little bit.
But we don't know, sir.
You are present, Rishikesh, at that time.
Sir, means मतलब update आम्ही WhatsApp आम्ही group वरच होतो, sir.
And that is the problem of Zoom. That is not the part right now discussed. Whatever we have discussed here, whether you understood it or any doubt is there in this particular point. Hello, any doubt is there in this particular formulas? Ohm. हॅलो
हा सर लिंक आता झाले 12:54 ला. हॅलो सर.
जस्ट मिनिट. We'll move forward. Okay, so forward, next point is forward and backward slip. What is meant by it? Since cross-sectional area of metal decrease after pass, the velocity of the metal leaving the rolls is always higher than the entering velocity into the rolls. What it means? It indicated that VF is always greater than VI. What it means? The leaving velocity is greater than the entering velocity. There exists a neutral point at which linear velocity of rolls VR at the circumference is equal to the velocity of metal flow. Therefore, there will be no effect of friction. So there is one point where actually when two roller or metal where it create the contact. So this is the roller, this is the metal. Okay, like this. So this is the our angle theta, but this is the point that is we can call as the VR, where the very less friction or no friction is present. Okay, so backward slip SF and forward slip SF and backward slip SB between the rollers and the workpiece are defined respectively as SF is the VF. VF means this side VF, this is VI. Okay. Forward means VF minus VR. So whatever the fixed velocity at this point divided by VR. And backward slip means VF. So final velocity minus initial velocity VI divided by VR. That is linear velocity of rollers. Okay. So these formulas are there. What it means, backward slip and forward slip? Suddenly material slips at that particular point, or roller is rolling, but material is not, instead of moving forward, material is coming backward. So that is called slip. In linear time, we can call it as the play, or something like that, when we rotate the paddle of bicycle, and at that time just we are moving the particular paddle, but there is no effect on the motion. Is it right? So that is called slip. So that effect maybe takes place in the rollers, and that is indicated by forward slip or backward slip. And for that we have to know final velocity, initial velocity, and linear velocity. That is linear velocity of roller, that is VR. Okay, so that we have to found. So these are the some nomenclatures. Then roll angle we have not just gone through, that is theta. Okay, so using the principle of geometry, roll angle theta can be expressed as r sin theta into r sin theta. R sin theta is equal to x into 2r minus x. So from where it is coming? So if you are remembering, theta may be like this. Is it right? So this is the starting. Sorry. Like this, and this is we can, this is the material reduction like this. So x is nothing but this much. Is it right? This is the x, this is the entering, this is the outing, this is the angle theta, and this is the r, this is also r. Is it right? So r sin theta, what is mean, what is the theta principle? We can call it as a theta sign. So this is the 90 degree. Okay, so what is the sine theta? Front side divided by radius, diagonal. So this is the xr. So r sine theta into r sine theta is equal to x into the bracket 2r minus x. So from here you can find the x value, r theta square by 2, where x is the depth of workpiece on single roll. Why we have taken here 2r or 2 times r sin theta? Because as this is happening this side, it is also happening to this side. Is it right? So this is also another side, and here also that theta is coming into the picture, and this also x is this side, another side. So x is only single side, we can call it, but it is available at 2 sides. So this is the depth of the workpiece. Then next particular part is, just I will rub this. Next is same again, expressed in the form of T, because x, what is that x? X is nothing but Ti minus Tf divided by 2. If you remembering the particular original figure, this is the Ti. This is the Ti. This is like this were one like so this is Tf and x is nothing but this to this. So this is the x means Ti minus Tf divided by 2. By 2, one side this, another side this. So if you put x value here that Ti minus Tf divided by 2 and Ti minus 2 Ti divided by 2 minus Tf minus 2 is equal to r theta square by 2. So minus Tf moving to equal sign plus it become plus like this. If you calculate all these things, that 2 will be get cancelled. If common comes out here, 2 will be get cancelled. So theta value is coming as Ti minus Tf into r because here theta square is there. So theta is equal to in root Ti minus Tf divided by r. What is meant by Ti? Initial thickness, Tf final thickness, and r is nothing but roll radius. So based on these 3 points, you can calculate the angle of contact, that is theta. Okay, so these are some nomenclature. Again, one more is there. Length contact. Length contact can be determined as L is equal to r theta I. And what is theta? Ti minus Tf divided by r. So put r, that r square is there. Here is in root r theta. So when this r is outside, it comes into the inside, r square become 1 r goes. So r Ti minus Tf in root. So that is the length of the contact. So for how much length that contact between roller and material is there. The next one is roll pressure. So this is what we are just talking about. Roll pressure varies with contact angle, maximum at neutral point, and trails of either side of the entry and exit. So as entry of the material is there, roll pressure goes on increasing. We know that vertical line is coming into the picture. That neutral point where it is maximum, and then it goes on exiting. Average roll pressure in the roll gap can be calculated as P. PR is equal to F upon A, where F is the roll separating force and A is the projected area of roll. Pit angle. Pit angle is defined as roll angle covered by metal that can be rolled into rolls without using any pushing or pulling force. Okay, if the metal input has to enter the rolls without force, the friction force per unit width must at least be equal to the roll separating force. So these are assumptions. Pit angle, that is mu is the friction force, is equal to be tan theta I, greater than or equal to theta I. Minimum friction, value of minimum coefficient of friction for specified value is like this. Mu is greater than or equal to under root Ti minus Tf divided by I divided by r radius. Although friction is necessary for rolling, energy is dissipated in overcoming the friction. Increase the friction, increase the rolling force and power requirement. Means friction is required, but it should be minimum. If friction is increased, then roll force required for reduction or roll separating force, that may be increased. And power requirement. What power requirement? Power which required for driving that roll. Again, it is equal increased if the friction is more. Okay. Then these are the some points for softening and hardening phenomenon occurs in rolling. So in time between the passes, so single pass may be there, double pass may be there. Static and metadynamic recrystallization and grain growth can happen. So already what happens in cold rolling and what happens in hot rolling, we have studied. So grain structure may be different, grains may be squeezed, and between that the grains are get heated, already heated material is there. So we require to cool this particular part. Otherwise, the material become hard. Hardening and softening phenomenon takes place. In order to achieve good mechanical properties in rolled product, grain growth and phase transformation can be controlled by controlling rolling and cooling. What happens? Material is heated one, rollers are cooled one, because rollers are kept at room temperature only. Material is heated. When two material are come into the contact with each other, you are knowing the thermal phenomenon of heat transfer. What happens? Heated material is dissipated, it heats to the cooling part. That means heat from the metal is transferred to the roller. In that case, a roller may be heated and metal may be cooled. And when metal be cooled, it become harder. It not remain soft. And as it becomes hard, it is difficult to give the shape. So like this phenomenon are. So here backing rolls are used to reduce roll deflection. What do you mean by roll deflection? Since roll separating force depends upon on the radius of the driving rollers. As driving rollers radius is directly proportional to the roll separating force, what happens? Radius increased, roll separating force increased. Radius reduced, roll separating pressure force reduced. It's very simple. And for that, just I will go to the here, where just here I will come to this particular slide. Two high rolling mill. What is there? Two rollers are there. Radius is high. Here roll separating pressure is more. But if you come to the 4 high rolling mill, the contact rolls are smaller, and because of these smaller rolls, radius is smaller, roll separating pressure is less, and give the backup to these small rolls, larger big rollers are used. So these big rollers provide the good support to these actual small rollers, and because of these small rollers, the roll separating pressure is less in 4 high rolling mill as compared to the 2 high rolling mills. Do you understand? So here our particular point is regarding this roll separating pressure. So here one word is there that is called as backing rolls are used to reduce roll deflection. What do you mean by roll deflection? As rollers are smaller in size, the roll separating pressure is less. These are always kept small in size, whereas backing rollers are provided with larger radius to increase the rigidity. That's why I have given you back to the 2 mill rolling high and 4 mill rolling high, where we can easily differentiate the rolling size and roll separating pressure. So here we will start some example.